Hello and welcome to beautiful Toyota Arena in Ontario, California for a presentation of the Major Arena Soccer League live on CBS Sports Golazo Network. As you can see, we're on the outside. Behind us, a soccer tournament being held in partnership with National Core. Tonight, the Empire Strykers host the Texas Outlaws for the third and final meeting of the season. With playoffs right around the corner, it is officially crunch time. Hello again, everybody. My name is Christian Filliman, better known as Philly, and joining me once again in the booth, my good friend and colleague, J.R. Liebert, otherwise lovingly known as the Scarf.
Bit of a blustery day here in the Inland Empire, and blowing into town are the Texas Outlaws. Just 3 wins on the season, but 2 of them coming on the road. This could be a real test for the Empire Strykers at home.
You mentioned it, the Texas Outlaws, winners of the last 2 out of 3. A big road win against the Milwaukee Wave, and they overcame a 3-goal halftime deficit to defeat the Dallas Sidekicks earlier this week. Outlaws head coach Eddie Piskarich has this team really believing in one another, and they've been very interesting to follow as of late.
Steven Chavez sets them up, and David Stankovic knocks them down. 10 assists to lead the club for Chavez, and 14 goals for Stankovic to pace the Outlaws in goals.
Stankovic has been their rookie sensation. Of course, Chavez, Macias, and the captain, Vic Moraligwe, lead the way for the Texas Outlaws. For the Empire Strykers, they tripled their win total from last season, currently in a fine playoff position with the potential to leapfrog the opposition. The million-dollar man himself, head coach of the Strykers, Onua Obasi, has this team scoring goals. They're currently second in the league for goals for, and yes, while we know they've got more games played, the fact of the matter still remains. And with them having recently defeated the Outlaws by a score of 10-1, they should be feeling really confident as of late.
Empire, a team that can score goals. We certainly know the Texas Outlaws can give them up. On pace for over 200 goals allowed on the season. This could be a blowout here at Toyota Arena.
The Strykers are led by Marco Fabián, Justin Stinson, and reigning defender of the year, Robert Palmer. Folks, we've set the table for you. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we get down to the business of soccer. It's the Empire Strykers, it's the Texas Outlaws, and it is on CBS Sports Golazo Network. You are watching the greatest show on turf, the Major Arena Soccer League. Back in a moment.
Wait, 6 call, runway 6 break, we're on.
We are live from beautiful Toyota Arena in Ontario, California for a presentation of Major Arena Soccer League on CBS Sports Golazo, featuring the Empire Strykers and the Texas Outlaws. But before we get into that, we're going to kick it down to our sideline reporter, the beautiful, talented, and wonderful Amanda the Panda Filliman, as she's standing by with a brief interview. Take it away, Panda.
Hey guys, I'm Amanda the Panda here. honoring another wonderful city out here in the Inland Empire. Today I am joined by Councilman Mark Lucio from the city of Chino. Mark, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Oh, thank you. It was our pleasure.
Absolutely. You know, we've been talking all season long about the communities in the Inland Empire and their partnerships with the Strykers. This is the first season that you guys have partnered with us. Talk to me a little bit about why it's such an important partnership for you guys to invest in.
Well, I think because one, soccer is very, very popular in our community, and having the ability to have us, or at least our community, come out and see the Strykers in person, be able to interact with them, have them come out to some of our city events. March 15th, they're going to come out for our Healthy Chino Day, and they're going to be able to interact with the professional athletes. And I think it's important for kids to be able to, one, meet professional athletes, know what it's like to talk to them and be able to be around them, and then also use them as an inspiration. And that's a big part of what we believe is important in Chino.
You know, as important it is for the Strykers to be in your community, it's so much more important as well for you guys to be here cheering on the Strykers, especially tonight, such an epic game. So thank you, one, for being here tonight, and two, thank you for this partnership. I hope this is something that has many years to go.
Absolutely, and I appreciate the fact that you guys brought out our AYSO teams out here to come and walk the field, and also our local cheerleaders from Tom Lugo to come out here and cheer you guys on.
Oh, I love it. Thank you again, Mark. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. It's our
and
pleasure.
Welcome to the Empire Strykers.
We look forward to the partnership.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
The Major Arena Soccer League is proud to welcome you to MASL Soccer on CBS Sports Golazo Network. And we are underway. Christian Filliman and J.R. Liebert on the call with you today. This is the 7th meeting between the Strykers and the Outlaws. Brian Orozco fires a shot, very reminiscent of a couple of goals that he scored in back-to-back games here in Toyota Arena. The Empire Strykers are wearing the whites, the black, and the purples. The Texas Outlaws are in white.
Brian Orozco trying to get his 4th goal of the season. And if you are wondering, yes, that is the Empire Strikers goalkeeper. They like to push their keeper all the way up the pitch, oftentimes nestling that yellow line right between him and the opposing goal.
A strategy that's worked time and time again this season for the Empire Strikers, as Brian Orozco has scored 3 goals this season from a very similar spot. Justin Stinson, the Strykers' dazzling midfielder, advances the ball over into Andy Reyes. Andy Reyes, who played for the Texas Outlaws for a couple of seasons, makes his return to Southern California, which is where he originally is from, and he's been a dime-distributing dynamo for the Empire. Robert Palmer tries to feed it into Munir Alami. Very important to note, there are a couple of Strykers players on here that observe Ramadan, and Munir Alami, who you will meet during halftime, did an interview with Panda. He is fasting, and it's going to be really interesting to see that. Marco Fabián, barely a minute and a half into the game, fires one from well outside of the yellow line. Marco Fabián finding the back of the net for the 16th time this season, 23rd time this season. I apologize.
Let's go at number 23 on the season for Marco Fabián, one of the premier goal scorers in MASL. And look, it's not as if Jesus Rivera didn't get not one, but 2 mitts on that one. But even from that distance, we see the weapon that is the foot of Marco Fabián.
A lot of numbers I threw at you. He's got a lot of points, he's got a lot of assists, and he's got a fair amount of goals this season. Marco Fabián led the league in goals last year, along with Kansas City Comets' Zach Reggett. And we are already underway. The Empire Strykers have squared off against the Texas Outlaws on a couple of occasions this season. 2 dominating performances down in Texas, where the Strykers won 10-5 earlier in the season and 10-1 a little over a week ago.
Yeah, it's a good thing we don't play on aggregate. That would be rough, 20-6. But these are 2 teams, Philly, that seem to have things going in the right direction. We mentioned Empire Strykers coming in on a 3-game win streak. And of their 3 wins of the season, Texas has got those in the last 6 games.
The head coach of the Texas Outlaws, Eddie Puskarich, is a legend in the indoor game. In his first season coaching the Texas Outlaws, was the head coach of the Dallas Sidekicks yesterday. Is really having this team believing in themselves. Winners out of 3 out of the last 6. This is a team that features 13 rookies and a sprinkle of veterans that really make an impact. And there's one right there, Joanne Laidley, marking Emmanuel Aguirre. Emmanuel Aguirre, also a member of the Texas Outlaws this season. It's important to note that between Emmanuel Aguirre, Andy Reyes, who are going back and forth with one another, and George De Leon, you got 3 members of last season's Outlaws that are members of the Empire Strykers.
Yeah, speaking of 3 Outlaws, David Ortiz, Eric Macias, and Billy O'Dwyer, all a scratch tonight, and that is some heavy offensive firepower missing from the lineup of the Outlaws. For Empire, Randy Martinez, Alan Perez, and Harold Hansen all out of the lineup. Those are the biggest names and biggest goal scorers we'll be not seeing today at the Empire.
Macias, a 9-goal scorer this season, to go along with 4 assists and 13 points, is going to be missed. Justin Stinson looking to get by Laidley. Goes over to Andy Reyes. Strykers currently with a record of 9-8-1. We mentioned at the top of the broadcast they've tripled their win total from last season. And there are a lot of interesting parallels between both sides. The Empire Strykers last season featured a lot of rookies in their campaign where they only won 3 games. Obviously, they brought back a lot of veteran talent, and this season's been different. But that's exactly what's happened to the Texas Outlaws. Texas Outlaws had some of their most talented players, and we're talking about the moms, Morales, Ortiz, and Mendez. Ortiz not featured today, still in Texas, and then Mendez and Morales playing for the San Diego Sockers. This is a team that's really trying to rebound, find their footing, 3-12-0 on the season, but again, winners out of the last 3 of 6.
Yeah, and you look at the Empire Strykers, winners of their last 3, including one of those being over the Outlaws, 10-1. They've moved up 2 places in the standings. They're knocking on Utica's door, just 1 point behind for 5th. Baltimore Blast getting the win today gives them a little bit more of a cushion between them and Empire in 4th.
Strykers have a gauntlet of games ahead of them, and the Texas Outlaws not mathematically out of the postseason. They've got a shot at making it to the dance, but they would obviously have to be perfect in the final stretch of the season. Thus far, it's been all Empire, not only on the scoreboard, but in terms of possession. We haven't seen the Texas Outlaws maintain the ball whatsoever here in this first quarter.
Yeah, a lot of one-way traffic here at Toyota Arena in what is a little bit of a blustery day in Ontario.
Stinson with a shot that comes off of Famune. Almost had a turf monster attacking there, as we did see the turf come up. There's a long ball coming in off of the left side of the plexi. Good crowd here in the building tonight at Toyota Arena. Give you those attendance numbers later on. Marco Fabián's going to fire it up. There's a shot saved by Jesus Rivera, who's gotten the bulk of time in between the sticks for the Outlaws. Rivera, in his 2nd season in the MASL, was with the Outlaws last year. Played and started in 21 games, a 5-17 record. Career-wise, has an 8.20 goals against average. There's a cheeky backheel pass from Justin Stinson trying to find Marco Fabián, but the Outlaws regain the ball back.
Yeah, Philly, 200 saves so far on the season for Jesus Rivera. Normally that's a big number, but when you've already given up 103 goals, it's been a rough season between the sticks for Jesus Rivera.
Bagley gets tripped up by Abdul Mansoure. Tyler Bagley, a rookie in this league out of San Clemente, played his college soccer at Cornell. An interesting story. Played with the Rochester Lancers, was drafted by Inter Miami back in 2022, and played in the USL for the Las Vegas Lights back in 2023. In the 10 games that he's played coming into this game right here, 6 goals, 2 assists. He's found his footing really quickly in indoor soccer. That's always a fascinating case study to see how quickly outdoor players can adjust to the pace, speed, quickness, and the vigor of indoor soccer.
Yeah, you mentioned it, 13 rookies on the side of Texas Outlaws. So they're all getting to know each other and the game at the same time. Again, a work in progress is Texas, but it definitely has seen progress as, again, they've won half of their last 6 games.
Speaking of Texas, there's George De Leon out of Waco, Texas, distributing the ball back to Bebe Gonzalez. Gonzalez, member of the Empire Strykers for quite some time, and has played indoor for quite some time. His brother Charlie, you may know, plays for the San Diego Sockers. De Leon heads the ball over into Munir Alami. Alami, who comes to the Strykers, courtesy of Stefan Mijatovic, who's now a member of the Kansas City Comets. Alami played in the 1st division in Morocco and for the U19 national team. He moved to Chicago because that's where he had family, and, well, he's also adjusted very well to playing in indoor soccer, as he is the Strykers' third leading scorer on the season. 13 goals, 8 assists for 21 points.
Yeah, Munir Alami having a fantastic season behind just Marco Fabián and Justin Stinson in points on the Strykers.
Ball gets picked up by Vicmore Aligwe. He gets tripped up. Vicmore Aligwe, a true artist, not only on the turf, but off the turf as well. An artist who is quite talented. Vicmore Aligwe featured for the Florida Tropics in my first season calling games here at Toyota Arena more than 5 seasons ago. Rivera dumps the ball in to the left side. Abdul Mansoure is going to track back. We haven't seen any threatening offense so far from the Outlaws. Gonzalez is going to take it into Max Deveren. Ball is right in the midfield. Lucas Ramallo into Gonzalez. Steven Gonzalez, a veteran, played with the Outlaws last season. Alami is going to chip it into the midfield. And great hustle by Abdul Mansoure to connect with Mustafa Guy.
Yeah, beautiful play there too by Munir Alami, stepping in front of that pass, and excellent defending there once again by Empire.
Excellent defending indeed. That was Andy Reyes, who got in the box in the middle, trying to prevent Stankovic from getting a clean look at Brian Orozco. David Stankovic, the leading scorer in the Outlaws, and I know there are a lot of long-term indoor soccer fans who have heard that last name before. Yes, of course, we're talking about Mike Stankovic, who played with the Baltimore Blast several years ago, a 6-time MISL All-Star. There is no relation. Steven Gonzalez is going to boot it high into the air, nowhere near a superstructure violation, as my former colleague in the booth, Jonathan Reimer, once said. If you can hear us, shout out to the doctor. We miss you, buddy. Ball comes in from Fabián into Stinson. Stinson fires it. Shot is blocked. Elevated into the air and into the net. And, folks, that's going to take us into immediate timeout. 5 minutes and 54 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. The Empire Strykers currently lead the Texas Outlaws by a score of 1-0. Back in a moment.
Please 6 call, runway 6 break, clear.
Across the nation, MASL players are giving back, utilizing their professional power to touch and inspire people in their local communities nationwide. Free soccer clinics, where kids can meet their heroes and learn new skills. After-school programs and special events. And surprise visits to the classroom. Visiting brave kids in the hospital, bringing joy and hope. Supporting special needs care, partnering with local businesses, and so much more. MASL, passion on the field, purpose off the field, committed to community.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, truly providing long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Green Drop's recovery products are uniquely suited to help our athletes battle aching joints and muscles. Learn more or try it yourself by visiting greendropcompression.com. Scarf, aching joints and muscles. I don't know if they make bodysuits, but if they do, Green Drop. Hook a friend up here.
I was just thinking, I don't know that a broadcast team needs it more than you and I.
Robert Palmer into Fabián. Fabián fires it off the bottom left side of the post. Fabián looking for goal number 2 very quickly, and there's a pass in from Brian Orozco, nearly decapitating our very own Amanda the Panda Filament. Brian, I can't have a conversation about this with you after the game. Ball comes into Vicmore Ligwe. Famune found him. Ball comes out into the midfield over to Bagley. Bagley is a player to, without a doubt, keep an eye on.
Bagley's got a lot of talent. Your wife got a lot of talent getting out of the way of that ball there real quick.
Seen Brian Orozco fire a lot of shots from distance. We know he's got a cannon on him.
It almost took out John Spire, the PA announcer, as well. 2 for the price of 1.
And no buy one, get one free here tonight at Toyota Arena. Famune. That ball is going to trickle off of the feet of Abdul Mansoure. Robert Palmer wearing the captain's armband for the Strykers with the fancy turnaround. Palmer coming off one of his most impressive offensive performances about a week ago where he found the back of the net on a couple of occasions. Robert Palmer, very well known for his ability to shut down opposing teams' target forwards, but he's been collecting quite a few assists this season, and he's finding the back of the net as well. Robert Palmer currently sitting on 5 goals to go along with 11 assists. Very impressive this year in his return back from Kansas City to the Empire Strykers.
Yeah, talk about getting points from your defenders. Not only does Robert Palmer have 5 goals and 11 assists, Andy Reyes with the exact same stats as well. If you can get production like that from your defenders, your offense must really be humming under head coach Anua Obasi.
Anytime Brian Orozco makes that run in onto the right side, you can hear nothing in Toyota Arena. There's a gasp because they've seen him score from that angle, making that run on a number of occasions. When I saw him earlier, a few hours before the game, he told me specifically he was looking for his 4th goal and his 3rd straight here at Toyota Arena.
I love that. I mean, look, it's been special on the highlight reel, but this one a giveaway by Brian Orozco. Well defended, though, by Empire. Nice job to wiggle out of that.
Outlaws look to make a run. There's the Strykers with a 2-on-2 opportunity. Ball comes into Polo Hernandez. Polo Hernandez, former member of the UC Riverside Highlanders, playing his college soccer in the Big West. Between him and Alan Perez, we have a significant, great move off of the wall. Fabián with space. Shot is saved by Rivera. Fabián again freed up. Ball into the middle. We're going to not have a foul. Play goes on. George De Leon. That looked like it was Espinosa. Leo Espinosa quickly got back up. Espinosa, one of the Strykers' most recent signings, played in the Chilean First Division. And speaking of Striker signings, Isak Somau out of Utica City is the Strykers' most recent acquisition. For those of you in the Northeast, he will not feature in today's game, but he will be a member of this team, obviously going forward. Pass from Robert Palmer into Stinson. Stinson out of St. Charles, Missouri, which is the home of the St. Louis Ambush, by the way. Very talented player, really coming into his own. He's been a threat every year that he's played indoor soccer. Started out very splendidly, was quiet in the last game, but Justin Stinson is as dynamic as it gets in this league. Off the wall from Espinosa to Fabián. Stinson, who, from our elevated perspective, not as recognizable as he normally is.
Nope, he's letting that hair grow out just a little bit now, but usually it's blonde, it's pink, it's purple,
it's mohawked,
something.
it's something. Once part of the Phillies all-hair team. That right now is a designation that's going to go to Christian Andreas of the Kansas City Comets. Stinson fires it, and that's going to come off of the boards. It's going to be Strykers' ball.
Another good block out in front for Texas, but it's been a bleak offensive situation so far for the Texas Outlaws. Shots getting blocked out in front, really nothing challenging Brian Orozco. He's able to roam well in front of that midfield line.
Ball gets dropped off from Palmer into Stinson. He's got Famune on him, the rookie from Cameroon. When I did my research on him, I found out that he has a real estate license, selling real estate in Texas, which is something we know can be very lucrative. In particular, being Californians. A lot of Californians love to invade the state of Texas, much to the chagrin of longtime residents of the state of Texas.
Nice takeaway again by Munir Alami right there in the middle of the park. Over to Justin Stinson, and now captain Robert Palmer, number 51, with it right at midfield.
Have to wonder how Alami is feeling. He's been fasting all day, hasn't consumed anything since 5 a.m. He's not going to consume anything until well after this game is played. No water, no food. For those wondering why, Ramadan recently began. And Munir Alami, I believe, with Momo Guy, observing it very closely. And you and I get cranky if we don't have breakfast, like you said. I can't imagine how he's feeling. Shot by Stinson just above the crossbar. He's going to rebound. Off of the wall. Oh, Marco Fabián. Oh, and that somehow trickles its way in. The Strykers find the net for the second time. That ball jiggled. That ball wiggled. I'd have to take a look at the replay again to verify who scored, but either way, it's the Strykers. And I'm getting noticed that it is Andy Reyes. Andy Reyes, how fitting that is, Scarf. His 6th goal of the season, but very fitting, mainly because of the fact that he was a former Outlaw last season.
How much did Marco Fabián want to poach that at the last second with his head hanging on the goal line, looking for a double Walla Scora with a scorpion kick on the back end, but it's Andy Reyes there to clean it up. All eyes were on number 33, but everybody lost track of the defender who we just talked about. Andy Reyes now with 6 goals on the season to go with his 11 assists.
His 9th year in the MASL. He spent 5 years in Ontario playing for a team once known as the Fury, which is now the Empire Strykers. A season in San Diego, 2 years for the Texas Outlaws. Andy Reyes, like a fine wine, keeps aging. A one-on-one opportunity nearly. Lucas Ramallo gets his clock cleaned out as he had an open goal, and we have a Smurf sighting. And Smurf, folks, for those of you who don't know, is a blue card. That is going to be a power play opportunity. We see Emmanuel Aguirre heading into the sin bin, and the man advantage is now going to fall to the Texas Outlaws. They're a team that convert 35% of the time with the man advantage. The Empire Strykers penalty kill right around 56%.
Yeah, compounding bad over bad, as it was Emmanuel Aguirre with the bad turnover, and then right in the middle of the park. I was shocked it took the referees that long to get the blue cards out of their pocket. That is as easy of a call as you will see. And Philly, with just 36.1 seconds left in the first quarter, Texas will go on the power play.
It's going to be, I guess, right by the yellow line, a restart. The Outlaws have Bagley to the right, Ramallo, Chavez in the middle, Vicmore Aligwe down in that low block, and to the left, Steven Gonzalez.
Steven Chavez leading Texas with 10 assists. He stands over the ball just inside the yellow.
The push into Bagley. Bagley goes to the right. Ball comes back to Bagley. Mention him. Played with Inter Miami and in the USL with the Las Vegas Lights. Ball comes into Ramallo. He's got Baby Gonzalez on him. There's a shot that comes off of Palmer. Vicmore Aligwe had it. Poked away. Abdul Mansoure is going to clear it.
Mansoure and Aligwe getting tied up there. Aligwe wanted a foul call, but you're not going to get that defending the power play.
10 seconds remaining here within the first quarter. Bagley into the right to Ramallo. Back over to Bagley. Can the Outlaws fire one off before the buzzer sounds? Does not look like they're going to get a shot off. That will not count if it goes. And the first quarter is history, folks. When we return, they will still be a minute 24 on this power play. The Strykers currently leading the Texas Outlaws by a score of 2-0. Quarter of the way done, and we'll be back in a moment for the start of the second quarter. Unless you forgot, you're watching the Major Arena Soccer League on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Philly and the Scarf will be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Toyota Arena, folks, where the score is 2-0. You're looking at a past highlight of Brian Orozco scoring a goal against the Milwaukee Wave. Brian Orozco, in his third season in the Major Arena Soccer League, has been a big part of head coach Anu Obasi's system. There we see Orozco getting the game winner in overtime to beat the mighty Baltimore Blast. We've seen that a couple of times this year. That's 2 straight that he scored here at Toyota Arena. He's got 3 goals on the season in Scarf. Brian Orozco out of Guatemala City and Riverside, California. Just such a tremendous career he's had thus far. He's played for the Guatemalan U17 side, for the futsal and the senior side. He played in the U.S. Arena indoor team, and also featured for the U17s of one of Guatemala's biggest clubs, Comunicaciones, who, for those who follow the CONCACAF Champions Cup, a name you would recognize.
There's another shot blocked there by Empire, and we do have a goalkeeper switch. It is Brandon Gomez in goal right now for Empire. As much as we are tooting the horn of one Brian Orozco, what Empire does is they cycle through their 2 keepers because of how much they ask of them on offense. And so here in the second quarter, you will see number 0, Brandon Gomez.
Chavez tries to dump it into Vicmore Aligwe, but there's Robert Palmer once again making the play, and Aligwe is going to get called for the push-off on Palmer, much to his annoyance, so to speak. Aligwe did not like that. You got 2 captains, 2 veterans, 2 grizzled veterans, I should say, going at one another.
An easy call, though, there for the referee as the arm fully extended into the back of one Robert Palmer. First of all, he's great at selling those, but second, it actually happened, so there was nothing to sell.
Ball comes into Bagley. Bagley into Steven Gonzalez. Gonzalez out of Red Oak, Texas. Pokes it into the right side. A Wallace score opportunity. Broken up by Mustafa Guy. It's going to be a corner kick restart for the Texas Outlaws. And that gives me a moment. MASL Monday, folks. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bashkovansky and Phil Ivanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. I got that one off pretty quickly. Ball comes into Ramallo. He's going to look for space. Shot just above the left crossbar. I'm a little happy about MASL on Monday. I was the guest recently. Shot by Bagley. That's going to come off. The run. And that was won by Bagley as he goes back to Rivera.
Under 10 seconds left in the power play.
Very good observation. Strykers have been solid on the penalty kill in the late stretches of the season. Ramallo is going to backheel it. Emmanuel Aguirre comes onto the turf. We're at even strength. Ball into the right. Outlaws looking to make a push. Bagley into Gonzalez. Gonzalez tries to find Aligwe. Aligwe takes the bounce, still has possession in the Bagley. Bagley almost finds Aligwe. Mustafa Guy once again gets in the way. That ball got elevated to our eye level. And folks, I know you don't see where we are, but we're pretty high up in the rafters at Toyota Arena. It's amazing that our noses haven't bled.
MGR Real Estate is Southern California's largest independent family-owned real estate company, providing commercial sales and leasing, residential sales and leasing, property management, and homeowner association management. MGR Real Estate is a proud sponsor of the Empire Strykers.
Chested from Jesus Rivera. He elevates it high, headed back by Emmanuel Aguirre. Jesus Rivera out of Irving, Texas. Brandon Gomez in his second year in the MASL out of Los Angeles, California. Shout out to the Southgate neighborhood. Played high school at San Pedro and at Vanguard University. Came to the Strykers from the NISA level of outdoor soccer. Played with the LA Force, and last season he had 12 games started. He was 2-10-1, and this season he's been sharing time in between the sticks with Brian Orozco.
Yeah, LA Force, their offices used to be right down the street from my house in Lawndale, California, one of the premier lower level sides throughout the Southern California area. A lot of great experience there.
Ball comes into Stinson. One of the highlights that not a lot of people talk about with Stinson, if you go do research on his background, he spent some time with West Ham United's youth academy in the English Premier League. For those who follow the sport, West Ham has produced a lot of great players. And, well, Justin Stinson is one of the hardest midfielders to dispossess as he connects with Marco Fabián, a legend, a gold medal winner. He's featured in so many high-level games. There he is. He started the goal scoring early. Munir Alami tried to connect with him, but that ball gets taken away from Torrealba as he fires it in. to a keeperless net.
Empire definitely getting away with one there, Philly, as that goal was wide open, but just wide left was the shot there by Torrealba.
And that's been what one could say the Achilles heel for the Empire Strikers. If you have players that have that precision, that could be devastating. And the Texas Outlaws do have a player of that caliber. His name is David Ortiz. Unfortunately for all of us, David Ortiz is not here, did not make the trip. From what we're being told, he has himself an injury, could be out for a little while. I was chatting with Texas Outlaws coach Eddie Puskarich earlier, and Ortiz, splendid player. I have nothing but the utmost love and respect for him. It'd been an interesting game if he was here. We've seen him score some bangers from distance in an empty net time and time again the previous 2 seasons.
Look, we mentioned it. They're without their 3rd and 5th leading scorers on the year, with Eric Macias and Billy O'Dwyer sitting out. They got a handful of guys, 6 goals, 7 goals, but nobody that really strikes fear into the hearts of men the way that those guys do. David Stankovic with 14.
Stinson with a shot. Unbelievable
goodness.
footwork and maneuvering. The 360 footwork by Justin Stinson finds the back of the net. Are you kidding me? Que golazo, Scarf. Walk us through that golazo.
Walk you through it. How about a little dipsy-do dunkaroo, spinning around, eluding the defense. He doesn't need blonde hair, pink hair when you've got moves like that. Number 10, Justin Stinson, his 18th goal on the season, came into today tied for 8th overall, and you will not see a prettier one-man effort than that by number 10, Justin Stinson for the Empire Strikers.
Oh my Lord, that's not only a top goal in MASL, which I would expect to see on MASL on Monday. Phil and Alex, you know I'm talking to you, brothers. That should be on a Sports Center top 10. What a ridiculous play. Strikers currently up by 3. Gonzalez pushes it in to the offensive third for the Outlaws. Tries to go Walla himself all the way, nearly going coast to coast. I love the ambitious effort. He found the seam, found the space. Just does not get the shot through the nylons.
Yeah, something to watch. Number 12, number 12, Steven Gonzalez, holding his arm in a couple different places after he went down there. So we'll have to see what happens. He's going to get checked out, but right now, he might be popping something back in place, standing right in front of Munir Alami.
He's such an important player. In his 4th season in the MASL, he's part of FC Dallas's youth academy. Famune gets in the way as that ball tried to find its way into Alami. Gonzalez collegially at Grand Canyon, a splendid player. Ball comes in to Bebe Gonzalez.
I think Dan Marley was once the coach of Grand Canyon's basketball team.
Thunder Dan Marley.
Thunder Dan.
That's why you need to tune into our broadcast, folks. Who would have had Dan Marley on your MASL soccer bingo card?
Well, we had LaBouche in the warm-up.
That's true. Polo with a shot. Woo. He nearly connects. Polo Hernandez almost found the back of the net for his first goal ever.
That was it.
De Leon into Palmer. Palmer to Polo. Polo trying to get by Gonzalez. Gonzalez not phased whatsoever. Back over to George De Leon. De Leon, the man from Waco.
Cheeky chip there by Polo from a good distance. Still almost found the mark.
Strikers try to connect with Munir Alame. Splendid defense by Famune. There's De Leon showing us some fancy footwork on the ball. Palmer out of Jamaica. Played collegiately at Park University in Kansas City. He's a Park University Pirate Hall of Famer. We have a lot of friends that we know in the Kansas City area that played at Park University.
See Brandon Gomez directing traffic from that midfield stripe right now. That is the keeper for Empire.
Palmer, a multi-time defender of the year in this league. Without a question, one of the best defenders indoor soccer has seen. 8 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in this first half. The Strikers currently sitting on a 3-goal lead.
Three-goal lead, and Texas barely pressuring because they don't need to. Empire just gives it up.
Famune tried to go long distance, but that deflects off at De Leon. Picked up. Ball comes into Alame on the right side. Alame goes over to De Leon. De Leon is going to go into Ciro Oliveira. We haven't seen Ciro in quite some time. Ciro makes his way back into the lineup for the Empire Strikers. He too is in his rookie campaign out of Brazil.
That's a 6th attacker shirt here on Justin Stinson, number 10. Look out. Empire switching things up there just a little bit.
Shout out to Admiral, who is the kit maker, kit sponsor of the Empire Strikers. That 6th attacker jersey is very dazzling and very obvious from up here.
Oh, yeah. Although when he stands next to the 2 off-field officials there, looks like it might be one of them.
I mean, you combine those 2 colors together, you have grapefruit. Which, a little peek into my mind, clearly I'm hungry.
A staple of our diet as we get a little bit older.
Oh, clearly. You and I look like we eat massive amounts of fruit.
Yeah.
Ball comes into Stinson. Stinson, who razzled and dazzled us earlier with the 3rd goal of the game for the Strikers. De Leon back over to Palmer. Strikers are just going to look to spread the defense of the Outlaws. Really just don't want to say toying with the Outlaws defense, but Texas has rarely had much possession, barely able to string together consecutive passes. Vic Moraligwe is going to find his way pressuring George De Leon. Chavez comes out pressuring Palmer. Palmer, that ball is going to come out and into the stands, and that's going to send us into immediate timeout, folks. The score currently sits at 3-0, but as we know in the world of indoor soccer, anything can happen. As I love to say, don't you dare go anywhere.
The wait is over. The 2025 MASL season is here. Bigger and better than ever. Get ready for high-speed action, jaw-dropping goals, and fierce competition as your favorite teams battle it out on the field. With intense rivalries, unforgettable moments, and new stars rising, the MASL delivers excitement every week. Get your tickets now and be part of the excitement, because this season, the action is non-stop.
Are you looking for inspiration? The FYI podcast delivers stories of inspiring individuals like the Strykers, Marco Fabián, Momo, and their remarkable personal journeys.
Because you're going to see people from all parts of life. They're us, everyday people facing everyday obstacles, and how they overcome them is a blueprint for all of us to learn from.
If you want to be inspired, subscribe to the FYI podcast.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
Ontario Airport Hotel. We would like to thank our official hotel sponsor, conveniently located just 2 miles from the Ontario International Airport and 4 miles from the Ontario Convention Center, Ontario Airport Hotel.
Join us there for the after party one way or another. That's typically where we like to spend the aftermath of anything that happens at Toyota Arena. Steven Chavez, in his 3rd year in the MASL out of El Paso, Texas, played UPSL with the Dallas Kicks, is on top of the arc for that restart that occurred just before we went into the media timeout. He's got Steven Gonzalez to the left of him. He's got plenty of options. Keep your eyes on Vic Moraligwe, who at this point is 2 goals shy of a career 100 in his MASL lifetime. He would love to find the back of the net.
Yeah, last time they ran it here from this top of the arc restart, though, it was in slow motion, almost like they were in quicksand.
In the Bagley, he shoots it off of Bebe Gonzalez. Another attempt. Walla, Momo Guy is going to boot it off of the wall. There's Abdul Mansoure, the speedster for the Strikers, out of London, England. Played his college soccer in Wilmington, Delaware. Not only did he play soccer there, he ran track.
We've seen Momo and Mansoure out on the turf at the same time. They both come off after that, but you see the big body of Momo Guy there in the middle, able to get it out to the speedster. Nice outlet there. Unfortunately, Strykers couldn't do anything with it.
Emmanuel Aguirre has it. Aguirre in his 6th season in the MASL, 2nd stint in Ontario. out of Guadalajara, Mexico. Had his youth career in Liga MX for Atlas and Club Deportivo Toluca, a member of the Mexican Arena team. And he has been an imposing persona, not only defensively, but he's found the back of the net quite a bit this season as well.
Gary having a good season for us here in Empire.
Stinson into the midfield. See Brandon Gomez in a position that's very familiar for Strykers keepers. Open on that right side with space to fire. Gomez has a goal this season. In fact, both Strykers keepers that have featured into today's game have found the back of the net on at least one occasion. Orozco 3 times, Brandon Gomez once. Brandon Gomez has a lethal leg on him as well. Bebe Gonzalez into Stinson. Stinson over to Alami. Bebe Gonzalez is going to come off. In comes Ciro Oliveira. Ciro played collegiately in the Big West for Cal State Bakersfield and Cal Poly Pomona, which oftentimes is mistaken for being in the Big West, which is not the case. Aguirre gets by, shot saved. Exceptional save by Rivera, but you just see how quickly Aguirre serpentined past his defender.
Yeah, and you just wonder at what point is Ed Puskarich going to push his boys forward a little bit more than they have been. Down already by 3. Texas Outlaws, if they want any hope of making the playoffs, pretty much have to run the table throughout. So they've got to push some bodies up, although that does tend to play into the hands of the Empire Strykers.
There's Marco Fabián, who scored the first goal of the game. Fabián, just want to mention some of his accolades. I already said 2012 gold medalist in the London Games playing for Mexico. He was on that team that beat Brazil. There he goes, beating Gonzalez. He has space. Fabián again. Tries to trickle it through, but Jesus Rivera not to be fooled.
Marco Fabián switching to the left foot there. Looked like he wanted to tee up the right-footed cannon, but a nice save again by Jesus Rivera. Again, we mentioned he came into this match with 200 saves on the season.
It's unbelievable how much he's getting peppered. Might as well call Jesus Rivera, nicknamed the Steak, the amount of peppering he's been put through this entire season.
Yeah, it's been a tough one for the keeper for sure. I mean, look, they are on pace to give up over 200 goals this season. 9 goals a game, 135 so far, although a little under their pace so far here in Toyota Arena.
I mean, it was a challenging scenario for head coach Eddie Puskarich, who came on late, inherited a team that was decimated, had to have a quick tryout, and yes, scholars would have indicated that it would have been a tough year, but they've improved leaps and bounds. Winners out of the last 2 of 3, winners out of the last 3 of 6, and still in contention to make the playoffs. Not bad for a team with 13 rookies, but Eddie Puskarich knows what he's doing. A legendary career indoor, having played with the Milwaukee Wave, the Chicago Power, the Dayton Dynamo, the Memphis Storm, and the LA Lasers. I know some of you missile historians and indoor soccer historians are chomping at the bit going, yeah, rest in peace to all those teams.
Yeah, of course, we're a little partial to the LA Lasers out here. One of the local teams finished up playing 89. My goodness.
Now, still owned by the Bus family, or Genie Bus, should we say, who currently owns the Lakers. Brilliant pass into Fabián. Fabián under duress goes into Stinson. Stinson looking for number 2. Thought he was going to try to spin past Lucas Ramalho.
Yeah, great defending by Ramalho.
Oh, Ramalho, exceptional defending. In his 3rd year, he grew up in Brazil, played for 3rd-tier side Náutico, and coming into this game, 11 games played, 6 goals, 2 assists, 8 points, 41, count today, 42 career games in the Major Arena Soccer League.
Yeah, he's definitely been a find for Texas, giving them good offensive production as well as that good defense. You mentioned it, 6 goals, 2 assists.
Ciro into Palmer. Palmer, just such a steady presence, anchoring the backfield for Onu Obasi. Onu Obasi, who isn't too far removed from his playing career. Fabián, Stinson back. Stinson with a shot. I think it fell right off of Fabián.
And we've got a 6th attacker, but also a bunch of whistles.
Justin Stinson goes down.
Yeah, George De Leon came on as the 6th attacker, but after those whistles, he hops right back over the bench.
There's a shot that came off of the back of Maxwell Deverin out of Arlington, Texas, the rookie. Played collegiately at Adams State in Colorado.
Foul on Stinson leading to this restart.
The official going to have a conversation with Marco Fabián. Not entirely sure what just happened there.
Did he take too long on the restart, or what are they saying?
That I would have to get some kind of...
Or did they point in the wrong direction and it was supposed to be for Texas all along? Very confusing here.
Very confusing indeed. Either way, we're 61 seconds separated from halftime. Gonzalez into Famune. We're going to have to get some clarification on that when we come back after the half.
Halftime, yeah.
Romallo trying to get by Bebe Gonzalez. Romallo, who we highlighted earlier. Bebe Gonzalez pushes him off the ball. He still sticks with it. Ball is loose. Picked right back up by the Strykers. And we have a blue card. It looks like it's going to go against Gonzalez.
Boarding call there. And you hear Robert Palmer. You can see him giving some defensive instructions. Mo Guy there, as well as, is that Abdul Mansouri down there?
It does look like it. And by the way, if you can hear that, I'm thoroughly impressed. You got better hearing than I do. But either way, Lucas Romallo is going to get up. Gonzalez is going to head into the penalty box, and it's going to be a 2-minute power play. Man advantage goes to the Texas Outlaws. Let's see if they can capitalize. We know indoor soccer is a game about momentum and shifts. If they can claw one back before both teams head in the locker room, it would prove to be a very interesting game. But we know that the penalty kill for the Strykers has greatly improved. But at the helm of the corner kick restart is Steven Chavez. Let's see what the Outlaws can do. He's got Joanne Laidley, Bagley, Gonzalez, Aligwe with him. The restart. Bagley does not get enough boot to leather. Easy pickup by Gomez.
That was Mo Guy with another block out in front. He has been excellent for the Strykers there in that defensive position. Here's Justin Stinson. We've already seen him do some magic along the boards on the opposite side.
Nearly recovering the ball from Joanne Laidley. Laidley out of Kingston, Jamaica, in his 6th season in the MASL. 3 seasons with the Tropics, 1 season with the Ambush, 1 season with the Sidekicks. Played for Chattanooga FC, although at the time I think they were NISA. Now I believe they're MLS Next Pro. But he comes in having played 10 games this season, 1 goal, 3 assists. That ball comes in and off of the netting. You can see the frustration on the face of Vicmore Aligwe. Look, I can't read lips, but I can understand nonverbal communication. Vicmore Aligwe not pleased with that attempt.
That was the universal sign for what was that, not what Vicmore Aligwe wanted. Empire's going to try to see out these last 10 seconds or so of the half.
Alame goes down. It looks like that's going to be a whistle going against Bagley. It's going to be a quick restart for the Strykers. 5.4 seconds remaining here in this half, a game that's been thus far utterly dominated by the Empire Strykers. Ball comes in to Polo Hernandez. Polo's gotta fire it off quickly. The pass into Alame. Alame's shot saved by Rivera. Wouldn't have counted anyway. And that's going to be the end of the first half, folks. We've seen a dominating performance by the Empire Strykers thus far, currently leading the Texas Outlaws by a score of 3-0. And we're going to hang out here just for a moment, because we're moments away to go down pitch side with Panda as she's going to get the thoughts of Empire Strikers head coach Onu Obasi in just a moment. But Scarp, before we get to that, some quick thoughts on the first half.
Yeah, it's dominated by Empire for sure. A couple of moments for Texas, but it's 3-0 for a reason. Texas Outlaws taking forever to get that offense going. Certainly, Coach Ed Puskaric going to have to get into them at halftime, because not only do they have to get a 3-goal deficit down, but they've got to figure out a way, because if not, they're not going to the playoffs if they lose this game. That might be the death knell for Texas Outlaws.
We see both coaches having a quick dialogue with the officials. Eddie Puskaric and Onu Obasi are right around midfield. Love to be a fly on the wall there to understand what's going on. I'm sure we'll hear about it later at the Ontario Airport Hotel, by the way, which if you're local, and you're listening to this broadcast, we hope to see you there. Philly and the Scarf will be there. That goes without saying. And Anoa Obasi, the $1 million man, not to be confused with Ted DiBiase of World Wrestling Entertainment. Anoa Obasi, the $1 million man, because he was the head coach of Newtown Pride in the inaugural TST tournament. He is standing, and we're going to go in momentarily. Amanda the Panda Filament, as she's standing with Coach Obasi. Take it away, Panda. Let's get the coach's thoughts.
Hey guys, I'm here with Coach Anoa Obasi. Strong start to that first half. What's going right for the Strykers right now? What do you guys need to do in the second half to keep that momentum?
Yeah, we started well. I think we limited their transitions. They're a really good counter-attacking team. You know, you can see it's a deliberate strategy watching their other games, and they've had success. You know, their last 3 games, they beat Milwaukee, they beat Dallas, who are good teams. They beat Milwaukee in Milwaukee. So, you know, first thing is to not underestimate them and know that they're dangerous on the counter, and therefore we have to be even better in possession, which I think we have been. But yeah, like our challenge is, can we put together 4 quarters? We haven't done it yet this season. We've put together maybe 1.5 there, some fouls. I thought that it was a little soft, but you know, you hit someone against the boards, it could always be a blue. So yeah.
Yeah, you managed to escape some power play opportunities for the Outlaws. You're going to come out of the half on a power play, get with them against you guys. Like I said, how do you guys keep this momentum into the second half? Because right now, every point is so important at this late in the game.
Yeah, obviously our power play unit is really good. So we got to rely on them to kind of dig us out of a little hole. And yeah, if we can get past that, it'd be nice to keep them off the score sheet and not give them any momentum, and then we have to get back to doing what we're doing.
Be a great way to start. See how the second half goes. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Amanda.
All right, back to you guys.
Thank you, Panda. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, at MASL Arena on Twitter. Subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more. Folks, we're going to take a break. Shows should you get up, stretch, head on over to the fridge. It is Sunday. We'll be back in a moment for the start of the second half. Philly and the Scarf back in a moment.
Lead 6 miles, runway 6 right, wait on.
The wait is over. The 2025 MASL season is here. Bigger and better than ever. Get ready for high-speed action, jaw-dropping goals, and fierce competition as your favorite teams battle it out on the field. With intense rivalries, unforgettable moments, and new stars rising, the MASL delivers excitement every week. Get your tickets now and be part of the excitement, because this season, the action is non-stop.
Are you looking for inspiration? The FYI podcast delivers stories of inspiring individuals like the Strykers, Fabián, Momo, and their remarkable personal journeys.
Because you're going to see people from all parts of life. They're us, everyday people facing everyday obstacles, and how they overcome them is a blueprint for all of us to learn from.
If you want to be inspired, subscribe to the FYI podcast.
Hey guys, it's Amanda the Panda bringing you another interview from inside the vault. And joining us today is Munir Alami. Munir, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you guys for having me here.
Absolutely, can't wait to learn a little bit more about you. So I know that you were born and raised in Morocco. You played for the U19 national team and also had some time in Chicago. Do you mind to take us back and just kind of walk us through your football career, and then how did you end up here with the Empire Strykers?
You want me to start back from Morocco or Chicago?
Touch on Morocco a little bit, and then how you got to Chicago, and then how you made it from the Windy City to out here to beautiful sunny LA.
So yeah, I started in Morocco. I played first division in Morocco. Then after that, I came here in 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, I came to Chicago. Then I was playing there too, like just with UPSL teams, then USL and NISA.
Yep.
So I had played with some teams. Then I met one of the guys, Stefan.
Yeah.
He's the one who brought me here.
All right. So we have him to thank for you being here, of course.
Yeah, I really thank him too.
I love that. So you played mainly outdoor. Is this your first experience playing the indoor game?
The indoor, yeah. Like I've been playing in Chicago, like just tournaments and stuff. But like something professional like that, it is my first time.
All right. Well, you wouldn't know it because in the 17 games played, you've got 21 points. You seem to be handling this pretty well. Talk to us a little bit about that transition from outdoor to indoor, and what you like about it, or what has been most challenging.
I mean, I'm really loving it so far. I'm still getting used into the game because it's different rules. It's really different. So yeah, I'm getting used to it.
Clearly you are. You're scoring goals. We've seen that. It's not an easy transition to make. Sometimes, you've got this like Marco Fabián who came in and did a great job, and then sometimes people come in here and it's too fast. So clearly you like the fast-paced game.
Yeah, I mean, it's really an honor to play like with Marco Fabián. There is really good guys in this league too, like even my teammates, and I'm really thankful to be here.
Oh, well, we're thankful you're here too as well. And you're here, this is your first season, and what a season to join us. Now, prior to this season, the Strykers have not been so successful when it comes to the postseason. They haven't made the playoffs, but you guys are on the cusp of history with the Strykers. Tell me what the overall vibe is like and how everybody's feeling going into the last part of the season, knowing that you might actually be able to play in the playoffs this season.
Yeah, we've really been working so hard to make it here, like to make it to the playoff first, and then we're really excited like what's coming next.
Yeah, I mean, March is a very important month. You've got some really important games coming up. Lastly, we talked about this right before we started. I just want to know how you're feeling overall. I know you're fasting. I can't imagine that. I think I eat 2 hours a day, or twice every 2 hours. How are you feeling? And what's going to be your first thing you do after the game today?
I'm gonna drink water, of course.
I mean, I think that's pretty common thing for most people, but definitely for you. We'll be there with some water for you, ready to go. Thank you, Munir, for being here and telling your story. It's such a great story.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, guys.
Across the nation, MASL players are giving back, utilizing their professional power to touch and inspire people in their local communities nationwide. Free soccer clinics, where kids can meet their heroes and learn new skills. After-school programs and special events. And surprise visits to the classroom. Visiting brave kids in the hospital, bringing joy and hope. Supporting special needs care, partnering with local businesses, and so much more. MASL, passion on the field, purpose off the field, committed to community.
What's up guys, my name is Ricky Ortiz. I'm a 25-year-old YouTuber with muscular dystrophy. I make videos about my life, me trying new things to get me out of my comfort zone. Today, I had the chance to join the Empire Strykers, thanks to the MASL and National Course Finding Your Inspiration podcast. From stepping onto the field, to signing a one-day contract and receiving my jersey. This experience means the world to me. Today is definitely a day I'll never forget.
Shoot! He scores!
What's going on, everyone? This is the MASL in 5. I've got to get you caught up on everything that's gone down in the league over the past week in just 5 minutes. Let's go.
Reggett as your target forwards and 2 defensive runners.
Oh, there's Reggett! How did he do that?
The Kansas City Comets are flying high this season, and a big reason as to why is the play of superstar forward Zach Reggett. He enters this weekend with 14 goals in just 15 games, despite playing injured for most of the season.
And first day of preseason, I suffered a pretty bad ankle sprain, and that put me back a lot of steps. I'm just happy. I'm feeling more 100%. Probably this coming weekend will probably be the first weekend I'll feel 100%. So, I'm excited to personally get rolling maybe a little bit more, but I'm so happy with where, personally my season's been at and how it correlates with the team's success.
Zach was the 2018-2019 MASL Rookie of the Year, playing at that time with the St. Louis Ambush. That came after a successful college career at Trinity International University. But despite his quick success in the MASL, Reggett found the transition to the indoor game to be challenging.
The biggest thing for me was learning how to use the boards quickly. I think that's offensively and defensively, right? A lot of these teams, like if you can score a goal, it's great, but if you're also showing up on the defensive film session, that's probably not a good thing as a target. So it's more just learning the bounces and just learning the correct movements. If you can learn a couple of those basics, it just becomes so much smoother transition.
Reggett to the right side. Score! That's a hat trick.
The main thing is the boards, and for me, I'm not the fastest player, right? So I use the boards a lot in regards to passing and moves off the board. So I think I got the learning curve a lot quicker than others. But I mean, it was a headache for sure. I mean, if you're proactive about it and trying to learn, it's super stressful. But man, once it clicks, it's like that, So.
Whatever it might be, Zach is definitely in the zone now. He's one of the league's best. Last season, he shared the Golden Boot Award with Marco Fabián after tallying 35 goals. No question, he's loving the indoor game and playing in Kansas City, which he can't say enough about.
We're averaging, I think it's like 5,000 fans, and it's just a complete sports town. And for me, like, it's the dream. As a kid, you kind of feel like you kind of fulfilled your dream a little bit, right? You didn't dream about playing indoor, but now it's like, and with where our league is going, there's going to be kids that actually do probably dream to play indoor because of how successful the league is moving.
Zach has also represented his country, playing on the United States national futsal team. But right now, he's laser focused on helping the Comets win the ultimate prize after falling just short in the final last year.
That we're really working hard over here, and we're trying to get over that hump. Losing a final sucks, and we like to say we got a bunch of dogs over here, and we're just trying to manifest that as a group and take it day by day and stay healthy.
Zach Reggett.
Zach Reggett!
Okay, some huge trade news from last weekend. Frank Taiu, the league's all-time points leader, has been traded from St. Louis to Milwaukee in exchange for defender Robert Williamson and cash. A true blockbuster deal. And Moises Gonzalez, who just entered the MASL's 300-point club, has been dealt to the Chihuahua Savage. Talk about the rich getting richer. Gonzalez has put up 11 points so far this season. Wow. Okay, our Green Drop Players of the Week. In goal, Chris Toth from Tacoma. Defensively, it's Chad Vandergriff once again. And offensively, once again, Marco Fabián from the Empire Strykers. Let's start with Marco. Another incredible season. 7 points in 2 Strykers wins last week. 3 goals and 4 assists for Marco. Defender Chad Vandergriff picks up the award once again. He had 1 goal for KC in 2 wins, and more importantly, had 9 blocks for the boys in red. And in goal, Chris Toth, just a monster between the posts for Tacoma last week. 17 saves, 17 of them in 2 Stars wins as they are pushing for a playoff berth. And of course, all throughout the MASL season, you can stay up to date on everything that's going down in the league by checking out its official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
Moments away from the start of the third quarter, the Empire Strykers currently leading the Texas Outlaws by a score of 3-0. Let's take a look at some stats. And with that, our new segment of the day, Stats with the Scarf. What are we looking at, JR?
Yeah, we're looking at Empire doubling up Texas Outlaws on shots on goal, 10-5. Only 1 save needed for the Empire Strikers so far. That one coming by Brandon Gomez in the second half. It's felt a little more dominant than the stat line actually makes it seem, with Empire up 3-0, but really very little effort needed from either keeper for the Empire Strikers.
The Empire Strikers goal scorers are Marco Fabián to start things, Andy Reyes, and we saw one of the most beautiful goals of the season come by way of Justin Stinson. It's been an interesting game thus far. There we see Marco Fabián barely 90 seconds into the game, going off the top part of the crossbar. There we see him trying to go a Wallace scorer himself. And we see the acrobatics as Andy Reyes pokes it through the back of the net. And this next goal you're about to see, one of the prettiest goals that I have seen thus far calling the Strykers in 5 seasons. Justin Stinson puts his defenders on skates, as they would say in the 90s during the and one era, breaking ankles and finding the back of the net. That has the Strykers up currently by a score of 3-0.
Yeah, and if you look, there was a little fan in the back in the crowd there. Absolutely incredible. He lost his mind on that goal. Really cool to see. Couple of scores to talk about as we get the second half underway. Milwaukee over Kansas City 13-3, and St. Louis over Dallas 9-2.
Goalkeeper change for the Texas Outlaws. Alexis Hernandez subs in for Jesus Rivera. Hernandez, a rookie out of Dallas, Texas. his 5th appearance this year. Bagley nearly skirted that through. Brian Orozco back in between the pipes for the Empire Strikers. It's important to note there's still 50 seconds within this power play.
Yeah, 45 seconds left here as we tick down. Despite the offensive firepower for Empire, they've spent nearly 10% of the game short-handed, and still, Texas Outlaws not able to do a whole lot with it.
Steven Gonzalez gets through Abdul Mansouré, but looked at Robert Palmer and said, I'm going backwards. Ball comes into Vic Moraligwe, a quick touch into Steven Gonzalez. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. Ramalho into that left side. Chavez has been a dynamite player for the Outlaws this season, trying to thread through Momo Guy. 10 seconds within this power play, poked away by Mustafa Guy.
Excellent defense there by Momo, number 11. We've seen him kind of own the top of the key there over the call. Beautiful Walla.
An attempt, another one. That comes off of Abdul Mansouré. I felt the pain all the way from here.
Oh, Mansouré was fired up, and now look out. Here comes Munir.
Alami with the keeper. Munir Alami with the sweet razzle-dazzle. Left to right on the foot. The Strikers go up by a score of 4-0. Munir with the money shot. Scarf, walk us through.
Poor Alexis Hernandez gets subbed into the game here at half. And Munir Alami puts him on a poster as the beautiful block by Abdul Mansouré springs Munir Alami. 1 touch, 2 touch, and with the right, it's all over for Alexis Hernandez as Munir Alami on the score sheet. We mentioned it. The energy level's got to be low. He's fasting because of Ramadan, looking forward to water and food after the match, but he feeds everybody here in Toyota Arena.
Looks like there was contact on the build-up to the goal. The officials are going to review it.
Oh.
Let's take a look. There's Ramalho going off of the wall. That comes off of the Strikers. And there's another attempt by Bagley off of the legs of Abdul Mansouré. And I felt that myself. There we see the replay again. And it looks like, are they looking at a push-off by Munir Alami on Vic Moraligwe?
I think Vic Moore is selling that more than anything else. That's not a push-off. That's Munir getting out in front. I'm going to be shocked if this is overturned.
Not one to be opinionated, but what you see is what you see, and I'll let you viewers at home be the judge.
Oh.
But shout out to our wonderful production staff for giving us all these angles. We see Alami going against Aligwe, almost a 50-50.
Yeah, they both put their arms out at the same time. That's incidental contact. 2 players going for it. Let's hear the verdict. Ugh.
And by the looks of it,
let's see. Challenge denied.
Yep.
There it is.
Just waited for John Spire, our public address announcer, to make it official. I understand what the 2 hands is up means, but I had to hear it from the man with the dulcet tones. John Spire has been around this organization as long as Israel Cisse has, and he makes it official. The goal by Munir Alami officially recorded his 14th of the season, his 22nd point. And going back to what you were saying, Scarf, the fact that he's doing this, having fasted all day, utterly impressive. I can barely put together a few sentences if I don't have breakfast. Munir Alami, though, a professional, scores a goal. Unbelievable.
And an incredible goal at that. Again, 1v1 with the keeper. And he's got to think twice about being subbed into this match after that play by Munir Alami. Poor Alexis Hernandez.
Alexis Hernandez, as we mentioned, coming into the game. His 5th of the season. Started 2 games, has a record of 1-1-0, as he's had to share a lot of time. Rivera has been outstanding in between the sticks and has really had the lion's share of work for Eddie Puskaric's side. Would have loved to have been a fly on the wall to hear what Coach Puskaric had to say to his team. But Onuo Obasi has got his boys fired up as they quickly find the back of the net to start things off in the second half and are currently up 4-0.
Okay.
Now,
Sorry, you and I were talking about it in break. At some point, Coach Puskaric has got to get his guys to push up and really press the action. Now down 4-0 with Brian Orozco in goal. You see them pushing up a little bit more, Philly, but they've really got to take it to Empire here if they want to cut this 4-goal deficit.
A 4-goal lead, for those of you that are new to the indoor game, is a lead, of course. Great back heel pass from Fabián trying to find De Leon, but this isn't a situation that's insurmountable. We've seen plenty of games that the opposition's been up by more than 5 or 6, only to see the other team come back and win, so still very much a ball game. Now, the last time both teams squared off, about a week ago, Empire went down to Texas and won by a score of 10-1, a commanding lead. We don't get clean sheets often in the Major Arena Soccer League, but if you go back to the 2019-2020 season, the Empire Strykers, once known as the Ontario Fury, did beat the Outlaws by a score of 7-0. So it's happened before. There's a foul on the midfield as Joanne Laidley goes, and Onuo Obasi is going to throw the challenge flag very early into the third quarter. Let's take a look. Joanne Laidley there. Was he selling it, or was it a legit tackle?
It looked like an absolute sell job, number one. But number two, Brian Orozco getting absolutely bailed out by his defense as a terrible giveaway at midfield. Very well could have led to the first goal of the game. And I was going to say it, Philly, what we see time and time again is teams able to get at least one quick one back off of the Strykers, keeping their keeper all the way up across midfield. We almost had that happen here.
It's important to note that if a challenged flag is issued and it is respected, the coach who threw that challenge will get the challenge flag back. If a coach were to throw a challenge flag out and it would be denied, they would no longer have any challenge flags during regulation. So we see the officials heading over to the review table to get a good look to see.
No foul.
Well, we got to wait for it to be official. I know you're feeling froggy. Don't jump from one lily pad to another.
I'm looking at the officials.
Well, okay.
Let's see.
Then I stand corrected. Challenge denied.
Oh my
You gotta wait for John Spire, baby. It's all about John Spire making things officially official and legitimately legit.
That was a dive. I'm upset.
No reason to be upset. You're here hanging out in the booth with me.
Oh,
Laidley with Aguirre. Laidley's gonna fire it. Orozco gets his mittens on it.
First save of the day for Brian Orozco.
Has not been challenged often, or as you said, at all. And that's a testament to how Empire has been possessing the ball and how they've been defending it. And there's Orozco, normally with room to operate, goes directly at Alexis Hernandez.
Trying to catch him napping there. We had a bagel in the works for St. Louis against Dallas, but it was a Jamie Lovegrove goal that broke the 0 for Dallas.
Chavez with some fancy footwork of his own. Very talented player. Trying to get by Aguirre. Aguirre holds his ground. He goes into Deverin. The pass threaded through to Aligwe. Aligwe bats it off the wall. Goes directly from Gonzalez back over to Hernandez.
Good pressure by Stinson on there, forcing him to play it all the way back to Hernandez.
Steven Chavez with 3 Strykers players surrounding him. Wisely opts to go towards the midfield. Aligwe gets his pocket picked by Aguirre. Aguirre into Reyes. Famune comes in, dispossessed, and what a fantastic thread through by Aguirre, because had he not been there, Victor Aligwe would have had an easy open look at Brian Orozco.
Emmanuel Aguirre right there and the top of the key-ish area, kind of taking over for Momo Guy in that role there of dominating top of the key.
Pass. Attempt, shot, saved. Ramallo had a good look. He had Famune to the right of him. Opted to go in, but Brian Orozco gets his second save of the quarter.
Coach Ed Puskaric, no doubt, telling his guys, you can't score if you don't shoot. They're getting a couple of good shots off there, forcing Orozco to make his first 2 saves of the match here in the last couple minutes.
Another fun fact of Eddie Puskaric, he got drafted by the Dallas Burn in the inaugural 1996 MLS draft. He was towards the end of his professional career at that point. But he ended up becoming an assistant coach as Marco Fabián tried to find Munir Alami for the one-timer.
And great pass from Munir to get it over to Marco. Marco trying to return the favor, but Munir just missing on that one. Great effort there by Fabián and Alami.
Ball comes into the stands. Very close to where managing partner Jeff Burham sits. And speaking of which, Jeff Burham recently celebrated a birthday. We're not going to say how old he is. Not sure if he's going to be thrilled about that. And I like my job too much to even put that in jeopardy. And speaking of birthdays, Clayson DeLima, keeper for the Empire Strikers, and a goalkeeper of the year in the Major Arena Soccer League. It's his birthday today. So we got all kinds of celebrations going on tonight at Toyota Arena.
I love it. My birthday is in 18 days, in case you were wondering.
And you are going to be 157 years old.
No, just a little less than that. It's my Jackie Robinson year, 42.
Ah, Jackie Robinson, a legendary Dodger. Here's a fun fact for you. My family in New York City, they're all buried in the same cemetery. Well, the ones that passed, I should say. They're all buried in the same cemetery as Jackie Robinson.
That got weird quick. Former legendary UCLA Bruin, by the way.
I mean, as a collegiate athlete, he played, 4 sports for the Bruins. Utterly impressive. There's Brian Orozco with space. He fires it just above the crossbar. Another attempt coming off from Fabián. Espinosa was in the way. We nearly saw the 3rd straight goal at home by Orozco. Pass comes in. Brilliant. Chested. Palmer gets in the way. Torrealba had a nice thread through. He dispossesses shot, saved by Orozco. Torrealba, fantastic. His 6th game thus far this season, and he showed us some really impressive stuff. Out of Venezuela, rookie, scored his first goal in the Major Arena Soccer League recently against the Dallas Sidekicks.
Uncharacteristic giveaway there by Marco Fabián right in front of goal that allowed for the shot.
7 minutes and 26 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. We've seen the Strikers find the back of the net once within this quarter, currently up by a score of 4-0.
Look at the pressure by Momo Kai all the way up into the attacking 3rd. And, that looked like a good takeaway by Munir Alami. But it doesn't matter what I think, as we've heard clearly now several times on this broadcast. It's the guys in green, our officials, that are making all the important decisions.
Listen, I care what you think, but obviously we don't have the last word.
We do not.
We do not. Off of the wall into Laidley.
A great pass there by the keeper, Alexis Hernandez, but they'll have to play it all the way back out to midfield to Steven Gonzalez.
Bagley. Coach Eddie Puskarich feels very bullish about Bagley on his team. And he has rewarded Coach in the past few games. Can he reward him today? Can the Outlaws find any offense? A 4-0 result. It's not all that much in this game. Joanne Laidley in the corner. Ball bounces back into the gloves of Brian Orozco. Orozco is going to try to connect with Polo Hernandez. Headed up high by number 21, Suriel Arauj. Goes by the name of Suri. We have a whistle on the turf.
A foul on the boards there as number 12, Jose Gonzalez, absorbed that foul.
Goes by the nickname Bebe, which is reflected on the back of his jersey. I know we're talking about soccer. In the outdoor game, we refer to them as kits, and indoor, it's jerseys. Stinson, sandwiched in, somehow kept it, poked away. There was Suri. Polo's going to batter it off of the wall and into Palmer. Palmer back into Stinson. Stinson is going to wait for Bagley to make a move. Opts to go over to Palmer. He has Gabe Arredondo on him.
Trying to work it down that right-hand side. Good help there by Munir.
Arredondo out of Texas, a rookie. Can't say he's a rookie, actually. 2015, 2016, he was with the Dallas Sidekicks. You know what? I take that back. I'm not even sure why rookie is written in the notes.
You got a lot of notes there.
There are a lot of notes. Sometimes they're misprints and typos, and I'll admit to it. Somebody who is not a rookie, though, is Andy Reyes, as he has found the back of the net today and has been stellar for head coach Anu Obasi. Orozco back over to Reyes. Reyes into Stinson. I look at Stinson from up of our perch, Scarf, and I'm missing that pink hair. I'm hoping he grows it out to give us something dynamic, because he's a dynamic player with a lot of personality. And there we see the fancy passing as he goes to Fabián. Fabián fires it just above the right crossbar. Orozco is going to track back really quickly as Oligwe looked up, but the Strykers did an exceptional job swarming Vicmore Oligwe, the cerebral assassin, as I like to call him, a true artiste on and off the turf. Pass goes into Hernandez.
Wow.
Good pressure indeed. Strykers going on the offensive. Intercepted by Espinosa. Espinosa, who's found himself in the back of the net a couple of times. Not him personally, but of course his shots.
Yeah, only 4 matches played, but 5 goal contributions for La Pantera, Espinosa. We haven't heard much from him today, although he is currently basically right in front of Alexis Hernandez, looking to find some space.
Espinosa, this is his 5th game playing indoor soccer. In the 4 previous games, he's only had, 3 goals and 2 assists. Not bad for a guy who just signed on to play pro indoor. De Leon into Espinosa. Espinosa into Ciro Oliveira. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Orozco into Palmer. Palmer advancing it. Sprints past Oligwe. Ball gets intercepted by Steven Gonzalez into Vicmore Oligwe. Oligwe had space. The Strykers going with the 6th attacker as Justin Stinson's going to put on that beautiful orange jersey.
Yeah, interesting. Up 4, 3:20 to go in the 3rd quarter, and Empire continuing to keep the pressure on as Justin Stinson coming out as the 6th attacker. Rather than putting on the brakes, Empire Strykers looking to keep the pedal to the metal.
Speaking of MASL Soccer, MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Romalo with room to maneuver off of the wall. De Leon picks it up. You see David Stankovic into the game. We haven't called his name out often or really at all in this game. And that, my friends, is going to send us into immediate timeout. A little late if you ask me, but nevertheless, 2 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Strykers with a commanding lead of 4-0.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
With 6 call, runway 26 right, clear to land.
Join the Hope Through Housing Foundation in empowering children and families in the Inland Empire and beyond through after-school programs and financial coaching. To learn more and see how Hope is making a difference, visit hopethroughhousing.org.
Back here at the 3rd quarter, 2 minutes and 44 seconds separates us from being 3/4 of the way into this game. The Empire Strykers currently up 4-0. Starting to see some threatening opportunities here by the Texas Outlaws. And on this restart, we're going to see defender Steven Gonzalez at the helm. See Vicmore Aligwe on that far post. So keep an eye out on that. Vicmore Aligwe, oh so deadly. 2 goals shy of a career 100. Chavez off of Bebe Gonzalez. I apologize. No, that would be number 14. Peter Acevedo. Peter Acevedo into this game. We haven't seen much of him in this late stretch, but great to see him. Rookie out of Havana, Cuba. Ball bounces off of Aligwe.
Yeah, it's a great matchup there to watch. Beto Palmer and Vicmore Aligwe, but here we go.
Mansoray speeding through. Abdul Mansoray, oh, what a save. Momo Guy into Mansoray. Can he thread it through the defense? But Abdul Mansoray skirts it through the back of the net. Abdul Mansoray, we call him London because that's where he's from. Goes coast to coast on that goal. Strykers go up 5-0.
Abdul Mansoray with a little help from his friends, and then a second and a third and maybe even a fourth effort. Let's take a look at this one. I mean, it took him several bites at the cherry. You see Momo Guy deflecting it in 1 touch, 2 touch, and then with the opposite foot, number 28, Abdul Mansoray finding the back of the net to make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-0. Empire Strikers, and with 2:07 left in the third quarter, the lead looks even bigger.
Mansoray, 7th goal of the season, having a career year without a doubt. When he gets space and goes off to the races, very few, if any, in this league can catch him.
Yeah, Strykers doing everything with the few opportunities they've had here in the third. Just 3 shots on target, 2 coming on that play. But out of those 3 shots, obviously, Philly, 2 goals. It has been a productive period for the Empire Strikers.
Very productive indeed. Mustafa Guy gets the ball taken away. Look at the save by Brian Orozco, denying Stankovic of an empty net. Opportunity poked away, though, by Michaels. Great defense denying Munir Alami.
Who knew Brian Orozco was 6'7", getting all the way up there. Beautiful chest save as that ball headed straight for the back of the net. The athleticism on this kid, Brian Orozco, more fun to watch each and every game.
I got to credit Grant Michaels for denying Munir Alami. He's from Kent, Washington, spent some time with Tacoma Stars too, played professionally in Australia, and with one of our friends from LAFC, by the way, played in Rochester at Flower City.
I love it.
Grant Michaels picked up soccer late in life, started at age 15, and finds himself in a position where he's earning money playing a sport that he started late professionally. Incredible.
And listen, I'm 42, so I'll start to pick up soccer soon too. Maybe I can make some money off of it. But here's Justin Stinson, little back pass to Aguirre, and then over to the opposite side to Polo.
You would make a fine fixture on the right side of the Pine Pony at this point, my friend. 24 seconds, Stinson into Aguirre. Aguirre back over to Stinson. Wide open as the Strykers have another attacker. De Leon fires, just misses. Aguirre rebounds, and we see and hear a whistle on the turf. And if we can hear it way up here, then that is a loud whistle.
Yeah, that looked like it might have even gone off crossbar with the 6th attacker, 14 seconds remaining in the third.
Ding dong, ring-a-ling-a-ling. Joanne Laidley has got his work cut out for him as Emmanuel Aguirre doing everything he can to press him off the ball. 3 seconds, 2 seconds remaining in the quarter. Final opportunity, no dice. And the Strykers are going to head into the fourth quarter with a commanding 5-0 lead. They have been utterly dominant thus far, but we still have 15 minutes remaining before we can officially declare a winner. It's been an entertaining one here in Ontario, California. Again, the home team Strykers leading the visiting Texas Outlaws 5-0. Back in a moment for the final 15 of today's game.
The wait is over. The 2025 MASL season is here. Bigger and better than ever. Get ready for high-speed action, jaw-dropping goals, and fierce competition as your favorite teams battle it out on the field. With intense rivalries, unforgettable moments, and new stars rising, the MASL delivers excitement every week. Get your tickets now and be part of the excitement, because this season, the action is non-stop.
Are you looking for inspiration? The FYI podcast delivers stories of inspiring individuals like the Strykers, Marco Fabián, Momo, and their remarkable personal journeys.
Because you're going to see people from all parts of life. They're us, everyday people facing everyday obstacles, and how they overcome them is a blueprint for all of us to learn from.
If you want to be inspired, subscribe to the FYI podcast.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV, on YouTube, and CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bastiavansky and the homie, Phil Levanko, are joined each week by special guests. That was me this past Monday, from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Disagree with a call tonight? You might see it on the MASL's most controversial show. Under review with the homie again, Phil Levanko, and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube. I say Phil because that's his handle on several social media posts, and his two fans that are big into professional wrestling, is a nod to the great, legendary, may he rest in peace, Razor Ramon.
Absolutely. We were wondering when Coach Puskarich would push the buttons for the Texas Outlaws, doubling their shots in the game with 5 in the third quarter. Brian Orozco having to make 4 saves there in the third. So let's see, we had a bagel brewing, Philly, in the ambush sidekicks game, as that one went to the fourth quarter with the sidekicks on the bagel. We go in, just 15 minutes remaining, and Philly, you were telling me, how many bagels have Empire Strykers ever had defensively in their club history?
Oh, that's actually a good question. I didn't recall telling you how many they had in their history, but I can vaguely remember, not vaguely, completely remember the fact that they did have one against the Mesquite Outlaws, as the Outlaws were once known as, on 2019-2020, that season, on February the 7th, a game in which the Fury skunked the Outlaws by a score of 7-0. We don't see clean sheets often in the indoor game. And it would be, another attempt. That was close. Vicmore Aligwe almost denied that. Famune, just above the crossbar.
For those of you that believe in the broadcaster's curse, I'll take the blame for this one if they get one.
Mansoray with room. Mansoray had too tough of a touch as that ball gets blasted away.
That touch eluding Abdul Mansoray, and Robert Palmer, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, back with it.
Palmer, who last season was a member of the Kansas City Comets, a team that went to the MASL final only to lose to the back-to-back champion Chihuahua Savage. The Chihuahua Savage quickly clinched a playoff spot. A team that's already played 20 games this season. A team that is unbelievably difficult to beat on the road. I'm sorry, at home. On the road, they've shown vulnerability. There's an attempt. Look at the save. That was without a doubt the save of the game by Brandon Gomez. David Stankovic nearly threaded through the nylon. Or was that Wyatt Fowler, rather? Either way, Brandon Gomez denies it.
Yeah, Wyatt Fowler crashing in, literally, into the goal on that one. A beautiful save by Brandon Gomez. It has been an embarrassment of riches. The birthday boy, Clayson DeLima, Brian Orozco, and Brandon Gomez, all three fantastic keepers here in the Inland Empire.
My apologies to Wyatt Fowler in his 3rd season in the MASL at 2 years with the St. Louis Ambush. Featured with Sunflower State in MASL 3 out of Benedictine College, making his 13th appearance this season. Fabián into Reyes. Reyes with space to move off of the wall. Bagley and Fowler were there. Look at that hesitation move by Justin Stinson. The Strykers get to reset their offense.
Yeah, they had a 1v1 Pana soccer tournament here at Toyota Arena. I would love to see a player like Justin Stinson in a tournament like that. Incredible ball control and footwork from number 10. That would be really cool to see.
Speaking of Pana, check out Street Pana. The Strykers have Jack Downer. Pass in from Fabián to Alami. There's another attempt and a goal on that bottom right side. Down on the corner, out in the street. Stinson and the Strykers find the beat. Pay your nickel, feel that beat.
Justin Stinson, he's now measuring angles on this pitch. An absolutely beautiful goal. He takes 1 or 2 touches to his left, and just 1 touch, that's all it took. Threaded the needle into the back of the net. What a beautiful goal for number 10, Justin Stinson.
Only the 2nd time he's found the back of the net today, and I have no idea why Creedence Clearwater Revival was in my head on that goal call, but the Strykers go up 6-0.
How about the assist from Munir Alami as we get through this 4th quarter here? He's got to be feeling a little bit more tired, but still doing whatever he can to contribute. Munir Alami with assist, and Justin Stinson with his 2nd goal.
2nd goal, 19th of the season. We call him the Stinger because he likes to, well, sting opposing defenses, and we've seen some glorious goals by him year after year after year, but what a performance he's had this afternoon/evening. Polo Hernandez gets pushed off of the ball by the Outlaws. Look at that movement by Arredondo. Pass into Vicmore Aligwe. Aligwe tries to put the stutter step, does not get it, and that ball is going to come off of Abdul Mansoure into Grant Michaels. Michaels is going to hold, and that's going to be a foul against him.
Yeah,
holding Espinosa.
How about the defending by number 12, Jose Gonzalez, on an island there with Vicmore, and an incredible 1v1 bit of defending by number 12, Jose Gonzalez.
Exceptional defense indeed. Gonzalez out of Lancaster, played collegiately at Taft and then Cal State San Bernardino, a member of the Mexico Arena soccer team.
Couple fouls in succession there.
I mean, he absolutely denied Vicmore Aligwe. Aligwe,
oh, beautiful.
Was looking at goal number 99. He had a couple of good looks to where he could have padded his stats to where he would have hit that triple-digit 100 figure. Fabián into the advanced office dasher board.
Yeah, that one took a bad bounce there right off of where the boards and the glass come together.
Aguirre finds Reyes, who found Stinson, who found Reyes again. Gomez, who thus far has the save of the game. An exceptional save, keeping the clean sheet for the Empire Strykers as we were down below 11 minutes remaining in the game. Fabián into Gomez. Will he one-time it? Walla broken up. Gomez had it, ran right into Reyes. Reyes is going to head into the bench. In comes Ciro Oliveira. The turnaround by Fabián into Espinosa.
How about a little shove in the back there by Vicmore Aligwe on Brandon Gomez. Vicmore looking very frustrated right now. Not the type of night that Vicmore Aligwe was hoping it would be for either him or his club tonight.
And thus far, not the kind of night Eddie Puskarich and the Texas Outlaws would have wanted. Winners of their last 2 out of 3, 3 out of 6 if we're going further down the stats. Team with 3 wins this season, but have been coming on strong as of late. So far, finding themselves in a getting skunked position. And for those of you who don't understand the slang, skunked, well, I'm not exactly sure where that term originates from. I probably have to research the internet for that, but that means 0.
Well, you mentioned it, Philly, just 10 days ago, Empire held these same Outlaws to just 1 goal over the course of 4 quarters. So no surprise here what they've been able to do defensively. but we are 9 minutes and 40 seconds away from the bagel.
You've mentioned bagel probably about a half dozen times.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, same here. We're talking about bagels and grapefruits. Halami pushed off by Famune. We see David Stankovic, and we have a whistle down on the turf. That would have been a clear look for Justin Stinson, a fire one on Alexis Hernandez. They got bailed out by the official's whistle.
Yeah, we're on bagel watch here, but we're also on hat trick watch for Justin Stinson. He's already got 2. We're hoping to be able to see some hats on the turf here at Toyota
We got
Arena.
more than 9 minutes remaining. My man, please stop talking about food. It's been a while since we've eaten. And for those of you who want to hang out and eat with us, head on over to the Ontario Airport Hotel. Gonzalez into Palmer. Palmer advancing it. He's got Stankovic directly on him. Palmer, shot fired, blocked. Ball is loose. The defense by the Outlaws shine thoroughly there. Stankovic has it. Going to go off the wall into Torrealba. Gomez has it high in the air. It gets headed. Mansoure fooled Torrealba there. Fast break counter opportunity. You're right. Alami wide open to the left. Alami's going to fire it. He just misses. Got mittens on there by Hernandez. And
Number
that's going to
12,
go into
Jose
the stands.
Gonzalez leading the break as that one goes into the stands. He's had a very good fourth quarter, Jose Gonzalez.
Jose Gonzalez is a fantastic player. It's interesting because he took some time off, took a hiatus. The last time he played a season was 21-22. For him to come back with a couple of years past the last time he played and the way he's been performing, shot by lately right into Gomez. Gomez just stood there saying, come at me, bro. Denying lately, but I'm thoroughly impressed with how efficient Gonzalez has been, despite the fact that he hadn't played a couple of years. Let's take a look at that again.
Yeah, I mean, what a save there into the boards. Is that Abdul Mansoure there? Yeah, it is. Into the boards goes Abdul Mansoure, but it looked like Empire stopped playing on that. Everybody, of course, but Brandon Gomez. We have a holdup in play once again.
It's the second time we've seen that. Robert Palmer taking a little too long on the restart. And that's actually one of those new rules that we've seen implemented this season quite a bit.
Yeah, second time here today.
The officials have done a solid job today at the helm of this call. One of the most thankless jobs. And we have a timeout expressed by the Texas Outlaws. It's 8 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. We aren't going to go anywhere. Scarf, while we did stats with you earlier, let's come up with the segment scores with the Scarf. Love the alliterations.
Yeah, we've seen 3 very lopsided games today in the MASL. The Baltimore Blast really putting it to the Harrisburg Heat 12-4. Milwaukee Wave over the Comets 13-3. That's our buddy Frank Tayu with 4 goals and an assist for Milwaukee. And it's the ambush over the Dallas Sidekicks 9-2. Again, the Sidekicks went into the fourth quarter in that one with a 0 on the scoreboard. And again, 8 minutes, 10 seconds left here at Toyota Arena, Philly. Could we get a shutout here? I keep talking about it to try to alleviate that broadcaster's curse as much as possible. It's been an incredible fourth quarter. Number 12, Jose Gonzalez, has been excellent, but even better, number 0, Brandon Gomez between the pipes.
I don't believe in the broadcaster's curse. Maybe the laws of attraction, but I don't believe in it. But I want to go back to this Milwaukee Wave, Kansas City Comets scoring line. The Wave had some struggles as of late, but to put away a team as talented as the Kansas City Comets by a score of 13-3, incredible. Frank Tayu not only had 4 goals, but he had an assist. Ricardo Carvalho with 2 goals and an assist. And Willie William the Wall, 12 saves, only allowing 3 by Kansas City. Utterly impeccable.
Yeah, Willie B, one of the premier keepers in this league. San Antonio Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of the Empire Strikers, keeping our community strong, healthy, and active for over 115 years. San Antonio Regional Hospital, here for life.
All right, we're back here at the start. I think it's going to be Steven Chavez on the restart for the Texas Outlaws. Can they find some offense? He's going to dump it into Gonzalez in the Bagley, but Stinson is there playing the defense. An open net. Stinson with a 3-on-none. Stinson, Justin Stinson, throw out your sombreros, ladies and gentlemen. It is a hat trick for the Stinger. Quiet previously, he finds the back of the net for the third time. Justin Stinson bangs in another one. Strykers are up by a touchdown. It is now 7-0.
CBS Sports Golazo fans, unfortunately the hat trick watch is over because Justin Stinson has put it into the back of the net in as easy of a goal as you will see. Texas trying to take a page out of the Empire Strikers book by pushing Alexis Hernandez all the way up, and he gets bit by that one. Justin Stinson calmly rolling the ball over several times to that right foot, and it's a hattie for Justin Stinson, number 10, his third goal of the match.
Justin Stinson up to 20 goals this season, joining his teammate Marco Fabián. Impressive performance for the Strykers. And folks, with that being the case and that being said, looks like we're going to head into a
media timeout.
Yep. Yes, we just got the confirmation. 7 minutes and 56 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. The Strykers are up by a score of 7-0. Will history repeat itself? The Strykers did shut out the Texas Outlaws back in 2020 by a score of 7-0. Will we see it again? Well, you're going to have to stick around to find out.
With the call, throwing to 6th grade. We're going.
The wait is over. The 2025 MASL season is here. Bigger and better than ever. Get ready for high-speed action, jaw-dropping goals, and fierce competition as your favorite teams battle it out on the field. With intense rivalries, unforgettable moments, and new stars rising, the MASL delivers excitement every week. Get your tickets now and be part of the excitement, because this season, the action is non-stop.
Let's talk a little more about Justin Stinson. With his hat trick, he's now scored 20 goals this season. You would have to go back to the 2018-2019 season. In a year where Stinson played for the St. Louis Ambush, that was the last time he scored 20 goals. The closest he's gotten to that since was 21-22, where he scored 19 for the then Ontario Fury, which became rebranded as the Empire Strikers. Justin Stinson is 1 goal away from having his career high.
Yeah, an incredible moment here for Justin Stinson, becoming the 9th player with Alexis Sanchez joining it earlier in the day to hit the 20-goal mark this season.
Ball comes in, Espinosa, he fires it. The rebound taken away from Fabián by Chavez.
Interesting now, Fabián out there with a different group.
Off the wall.
Strykers.
Gomez still in between the pipes for the Strykers. Fabián getting right by Suri. 2-on-1 opportunity with Espinosa to the right. Espinosa fires it. The save by Hernandez.
Oh, what a save by Alexis Hernandez. Whatever cup company he uses there deserves a shout out on that one. That was a tough save by number 0.
I mean, I think I tore my groin just watching him make that save. The pass comes into Gomez. Can Gomez get goal number 2? That's going to come off of Suri. And by goal number 2, I mean this season for him.
Oh, no.
There's an attempt. Can the skunking end? It does not.
That was close.
Very close. Was Tyler Bagley.
You'd hate for it to end on one of those where our keeper's caught all the way out at midfield. I want to see them have to earn it. 6:20 left, Philly. Bagel watch continues.
There we go, talking about food again. No more food talk. Otherwise, everybody in this booth is going to look like a chicken McNugget to me. Fabián fires it. Marco! The Magnificent finds the back of the net. The Strykers go up by a score of 8-0. Are you kidding me? Marco Fabián with authority.
Marco Fabián pouncing on an absolutely picture-perfect long-distance pass off the boards. What an incredible rocket off of the left foot of the legend, number 33, Marco Fabián, back on the score sheet. But wow, what a pass and what an angle that ball took off the boards.
Marco Fabián just, I don't want to hear him say anymore that he hasn't understood the indoor game. He clearly shows otherwise.
And it's Brandon Gomez with the assist for the goalkeeper. An absolutely perfect pass, assuming that was what he was trying to do.
I mean, Wallace-Scora, once again, shout out Brian Como, the originator of the term Wallace-Scora.
Yeah, we saw Marco Fabián try to do it himself with a double Wallace-Scora with a scorpion kick earlier. This one, just an absolute laser.
And for the most part, with 5 minutes and 40 seconds or so remaining, this game is all but done. The question is, can the Texas Outlaws find the back of the net, spoiling something that we don't see very often in the indoor game, and that's a clean sheet.
And we've been calling that Bagel Watch.
Oh boy, here we go again. If I could tell you who's buying the dinner tonight, my man, it's you. Too many references to bagels. And you're talking to a hungry New Yorker. I'm not really pleased with you right now.
I like a good egg bagel on occasion.
Fair enough. Yeah, maybe like 12 hours ago. Palmer into Mansoret. Mansoret, who scored earlier today. Into Stinson. Stinson with the hat trick. Looking to get by Torrealba. I'm sorry, Arredondo. I only saw one of the nines there. The pass into Munir Alami. Alami into Gonzalez. Gonzalez, who normally would wear the number 14, but that's a number now reserved for Peter Acevedo.
Did get to see Acevedo earlier in the match.
We did. Great defense by Arredondo. The pass into Ramallo. Back over to Arredondo.
Heading on the opposite side by Mansoret of the Strykers.
That ball comes off of the wall. Brilliantly placed. But the Strykers just vicious defensively. David Stankovic, who leads the Texas Outlaws in scoring, has not had any clean looks. And Famune gets the wrong side of the boot onto that ball as he kicks that well out of play. It's going to be a goalkeeper restart for Brandon Gomez.
I believe they'd call that an ambitious strike from just outside the yellow.
Ambitious indeed. Palmer into Oliveira. Oliveira into Gomez. Can Gomez create some space?
He's got all the space he needs.
Fires it, right into Alexis Hernandez. I can tell you this much. I said owie as he made that save in my inner monologue.
That's a great save there by Alexis Hernandez.
Brilliant pass. Espinosa with the touch. The pass from Fabián back over to Marco. We nearly saw another magnificent play. Less than 4 minutes remaining here in this fourth quarter. How important is it for the Strykers to keep a clean sheet one way or another? They're going to have the 3 points. Ciro Oliveira gets by his defender, looking to get by Chavez. He did get by Gonzalez. Polo in Espinosa, back over to Ciro. Polo, Marco Polo, the header. The ball is loose into the netting. But look at the hustle by Hernandez. Yes, the play was marked dead, but I love Hernandez's hustle.
Yeah, Alexis Hernandez really showing off here in the second half. They made the goalie switch there at halftime.
Stankovic tried to thread it through, did not get the angle.
I don't know how Stankovic didn't get his foot to that one. That looked like a golden opportunity to get them off the schneid, but no, still a bagel. 3:15 to go.
I hate you right now.
I know.
Chavez goes over to Grant Michaels. Ball gets advanced. The chip in. Aguirre is there.
Great play again by Emmanuel Aguirre at the top of the key.
Stinson. Look at him trying to get by Chavez. He's got Stankovic on him off of the wall into Aguirre. Such a marvelous player.
Yeah, we really haven't said much about their leading goal scorer, David Stankovic. A golden opportunity there for him here late in the fourth.
Out of Wiley, Texas, a rookie. Had 14 goals, 3 assists coming into the game. Can the Strykers shred it through again? Hernandez with the save.
At this point, Strykers playing defense with their offense, continuing to hold possession time and time again. We've seen this a problem for the Texas Outlaws all night. Job there by Brandon Gomez to play it outside to Abdul Mansoure.
Mansoure gonna put the brakes on. Again, we haven't seen very many clean sheets.
2 minutes.
2
minutes, Philly.
Not even sure if we've seen a clean sheet this season.
Get excited.
And I would love for any of our statisticians to go out there and tell us the last time we've seen a clean sheet. I don't have the internet capacity to find that out or the attention span. But the pass in from Stinson into Aguirre is goal number 9 on the way. The pass from Aguirre to Stinson. Stinson's shot just misses above the crossbar, and that's going to come out of play. The Outlaws are going to regain possession. 1:40 remaining.
100 seconds, Philly. It's just the electricity is palpable. Everybody here at Toyota Arena hoping for the clean sheet. Just 100 seconds remaining.
Eddie Piskarich is going to come off of his bench. There's a timeout on the field, having a conversation with his squad. 8-0, 1:40 remaining. Again, the last time that we've seen, or at least that we recall, a shutout in this building was back on February the 7th, the year 2020, and we know what happened shortly after that. 7-0 win by the Ontario Fury against the then called Mesquite Outlaws. Will we see that again? Either way, we've got 3 points for the Strykers.
We are getting the thumbs up from our statistician that is the last time we saw a shutout in this building, Philly.
All right, shout out to Jason Hernandez, taking care of business, as the song goes. And we've been very musical today between that and Creedence Clearwater on the Justin Stinson down on the corner, out in the street goal call. We've had a lot of fun here today, and we're going to enjoy ourselves. It's been a number of years since we've seen an Empire Strikers team look to secure their 10th win of the season, and it's been really fun. And I gotta say, it's been an honor and privilege thus far calling this game with you, my man, J.R. Liebert, the Scarf. Folks, if you're wondering why we're calling him the Scarf, he's got the most impressive collection of soccer scarves that I know, and it's as simple as that.
Listen, it all came from childhood cancer research fundraising back in 2018, and we've kept it going for the last 8 years now. It's 100 seconds, folks, and we are officially on Bagel Watch once again. Can Empire Strikers keep Texas off the board for the last minute and change?
This is the show Pee-wee's Playhouse. We'd all be screaming anytime we'd hear the word bagel. And our producer, we're getting word that he loves Bialys. Bialys are, I mean, if you're... I mean, a Bialy with chives and Martinelli's apple juice. My most favorite breakfast, living and working in New York City.
Minute 20 left. Focus.
Abdul Mansoure came off, came back on. That was really quick. Another counter opportunity. Emmanuel Aguirre to the right. Alami. Oh, misdirected the pass. Another attempt saved. Strykers. Polo. Aguirre. Walla. Mansoure. Saved.
Empire wants a handball. That was a great call there, Philly. We got all kinds of stuff going on here. Abdul Mansoure pleading for a handball, asking them to take a look. Let's see. It's right about here that he, oh yeah, that is a, oh my goodness, that is a blatant handball. Are you kidding? Are they not?
It doesn't look like they're going to respect that. It's a top of the arc restart.
Oh my goodness, they've got to take a look at it.
Well,
but he lost his challenge earlier, right? So
he won the challenge. He should have another. Fabián Reyes. Fabián back heels. Aguirre off of Laidley.
Wow.
Aguirre has it. Less than 49 seconds remaining here. Fabián. He still has it. Fabián trying to get by Romalo.
Marco Fabián with the ball at his feet. You go ahead and try to take it away. Send 3 of your best friends. You still can't do it. Number 33, Marco Fabián is a legend.
But I love myself a Marco Polo. Oh, the header from Stinson. Never in. Ball comes back over to Aguirre. 26 seconds.
Texas looks to be okay with it, Philly. They are not pressing as hard and as high as we thought they might.
Reyes into Fabián. Look, I'm going to call this is like the final goal of the game.
Oh, no.
Gonzalez, 10 seconds. He gets by space. Gonzalez in. Save.
There it is.
And there it is.
There it is.
It's official. It's in the books. 8-0. The unicorn of indoor soccer has made itself evident. The Strykers, not only with a commanding win, but a clean sheet. And that clean sheet comes by way of Brandon Gomez, Brian Orozco, Robert Palmer, and this utterly dynamic and efficient back line of the Empire Strykers.
I have been to Loch Ness and seen the monster climb the snowy mountaintop and seen the Yeti. It's Bigfoot in the trees, and it's a shutout here in MASL Toyota Arena. Are you kidding me? 8-0 Empire Strykers.
Who are you kidding? I didn't remember the last time you got a passport. Either way, 8-0. The Strykers making a significant, what's the word I'm looking for here? Display of offensive and defensive performance. 10-8-1, Scarf. 10-8-1. It's been some time since we can say that the Strykers have won 10 games.
Philly, they keep knocking on the door of Baltimore. They currently pass Utica in the standings for 5th. There are all kinds of different machinations here as the Strykers, with just, 5 games left in their season, 3 of which will be against San Diego Sockers, including our last match here at Toyota Arena on Sunday, March 23rd. But wow, for the moment, let's get excited because Bagel Watch comes to fruition.
All right, it looks like we're going to kick it down to Amanda Panda as she is standing by with the player of the game, the Stinger, Justin Stinson. Take it away, Panda.
Ready. Hey guys, I'm here with Justin Stinson. Congratulations on a shutout win and also congratulations on a hat trick. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, this was a good win for us. We needed this one. I feel like we're peaking right at the perfect time, right before playoffs and making the run for playoffs. So
it was a total team performance with a shutout as well as all the goals from all the different contributors. How important is it at this stage of the game that you guys are coming together the way that you are?
Yeah, I think before the season started, this was one of our goals to, keep getting better every game. So I think we're in the right place right now.
You have 20 goals on the season. You're tied with your all-time record in this league. What is contributing to this success? I used to think it was the pink hair, but you're killing it with whatever hair color you have.
No, just the team that always supports me.
You got to have support from your team. Go out and support your teammates. Congratulations on the win, Justin.
Thank you so much, Panda.
All right, thank you.
An impressive performance by the Empire Strykers, even with the commanding lead that they had, Scarf. 14 shots in the fourth quarter, 28-14. Panda is standing by with the man we call the magnificent, the marvelous. Y'all know him as Marco Fabián. Panda, take it away.
All right, everybody, I am here with Marco Fabián. And Marco, congratulations on a total team performance tonight. How are you guys feeling going into the latter half of the stage in this game right now?
Oh my God, I think we're feeling so good because in the last games we're feeling better and better, and it's the way when we do want to play. Today is a great game. It's a good performance of our team. It's no usually we get a in zero in our defense, so it's also important to get a good defense and just keep it on. We have this week another 2 important games, and then you just focus on the playoffs.
Yeah, you guys have been phenomenal in the latter part of this season, really coming together. The fan support, though, they have been phenomenal out there. Is there anything you want to say to those watching and the fans that are in the stands, for them showing up while you guys are putting on such a performance?
Oh my God, it's really nice to see a lot of people to come. to our fans. It's our home, and always we want to take more people to see this game. It's part of the fun to the people. We try our best to use the people to come to enjoy the time, and if we won, it's better for everyone.
All right, well, I'm going to let you enjoy this one. It's a big win. We still have a few games left, but let's focus on this. Congratulations on an epic shutout and a performance by yourself as well.
Thank you so much. I just try my best and just keep going.
Thank you so much, Marco. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Panda. Thank you, Marco. Thank you, Justin. About 5 games left remaining in the season for the Empire Strykers. Folks, we're going to go to a commercial, and when we come back, we're just going to wrap it up. The final score thus far, the final score period, Strykers 8-0 on the Texas Outlaws. Back in a moment for the final thoughts of today's game.
With 6 calls, runway 26 right, cleared on.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
Back here at Toyota Arena, where the Empire Strykers did what most people in this league would call the unicorn, getting a clean sheet against the opposition, defeating the Texas Outlaws by a score of 8-0. There you saw Marco Fabián finding a goal. The Empire Strykers continued to build quarter after quarter after quarter with an impressive 14 shots in the fourth quarter. They more than doubled the Texas Outlaws in terms of shots, 28-14, defeating the Outlaws by a score of 8-0, and they get to climb in the rankings. Scarf, where are they looking at in terms of seeding if the season were to end today?
Yeah, listen, it's a close one because right now it's the race for the 5th seed. Empire Strykers currently 6th on 30 points, tied with Milwaukee, but Milwaukee, an easier schedule to close out the year and 2 more games in hand on Empire. They've also got to watch behind them, Philly, because in 7th, Utica City, 2 points behind, but 2 games in hand as well. And with the easiest strength of schedule of those 3 teams, it's going to be a battle for the Empire if they want to stay in that spot to contend for the 5th seed.
Oh, you're not kidding. 5 games remaining for the Empire Strykers. 3 of those against the San Diego Sockers. Their next 3 games on the road: at San Diego on March the 5th, at Tacoma on March the 7th, back to San Diego after a break on March the 22nd, and then they welcome the Sockers back in Toyota Arena for the final game of the regular season here under the bright lights of one of the most gorgeous facilities in the indoor game, and then they close out the season on the road on March 29th against the Dallas Sidekicks. It is not easy to beat San Diego anywhere, whether it be in Toyota Arena, whether it be in Front Wave, whether it be out in the parking lot. That is always a tough contest, and the same can be said about competing against a team as talented as the Tacoma Stars. They win the vast majority of their games at home.
Yeah, look, it'll be tomorrow that the Sockers can get their win streak up to 4, but for right now, the Empire Strykers holding the longest win streak in MASL currently with this 4-game win streak. With just 5 matches left in the season, you almost don't want the season to come to a close the way that Coach Onua Obasi has these Empire Strykers playing.
The $1 million man, at this point it's official. He has more than tripled the win total from last season. Let's go into our final stats once again individually. Justin Stinson with a hat trick, 3 goals. Marco Fabián, 2 goals, 1 assist for 3 points. Munir Alami having fasted this entire day because of Ramadan. 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. Momo Guy, an assist. Emmanuel Aguirre, an assist. Andy Reyes and Abdul Mansoure, each with a goal apiece. Folks, we're going to wrap it up here, tie it with a bow, and head on over to that Ontario International Airport Hotel. If you're local, come hang out with Philly the Scarf, the Texas Outlaws, Jason Hernandez, our statistician extraordinaire, and the rest of our crew. The next home game and the final home game of the regular season will take place on Sunday, March the 23rd, as the Empire Strykers host the San Diego Sockers. That should be a good one. On behalf of myself, Christian Filament, better known as Philly, and J.R. Liebert, better known as The Scarf, our wonderful production staff, we want to say thank you so much. You are watching, or have watched, the greatest show on turf, the Major Arena Soccer League on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Have a good night and enjoy the rest of your week.
Take a watch.
The wait is over. The 2025 MASL season is here. Bigger and better than ever. Get ready for high-speed action, jaw-dropping goals, and fierce competition as your favorite teams battle it out on the field. With intense rivalries, unforgettable moments, and new stars rising, the MASL delivers excitement every week. Get your tickets now and be part of the excitement, because this season, the action is non-stop.
Are you looking for inspiration? The FYI podcast delivers stories of inspiring individuals like the Strykers, Marco Fabián, Momo, and their remarkable personal journeys.
Because you're going to see people from all parts of life. They're us, everyday people facing everyday obstacles, and how they overcome them is a blueprint for all of us to learn from.
If you want to be inspired, subscribe to the FYI podcast.
With 6 calls, 6 break.